Spare a coin for the hungry.
What are you poking around here for? You're one of them, aren't you? You better sod off, or else.
Calm down, Bryn. No one would be so stupid as to show up here after making such a mess. You'll have to excuse Bryn. None of us are in the best of moods lately. Someone has been sabotaging our equipment for the past few weeks, and it looks like it's a professional job. They seem to know perfectly well how to make life difficult for us. And after what happened last time, my people have had enough. They refuse to work. They don't want to risk their health. Bandits, probably. Or rebels from Kunakt. Although at this point, they're one and the same. The workers refuse to keep working. Not only do they feel threatened, but... well, there's no denying that not everyone from Kunakt is happy about what we're doing here. I can understand them, in a way. We made them destroy their own land.
They should just give up. If they piss Denham off, it's not gonna be pretty.
Bryn, calm down, please. Remember why we're doing this. It's for their own good.
And we have our orders, for which we are held accountable. It's us or them.
The bandits used to come at night, destroy our equipment, and then disappear. But last time, they beat one of the guards unconscious. Poor sod was just lying there, like a tenderized steak for the whole night. He lost a lot of blood. And when we finally managed to wake him up...
it turned out that Aedwin wasn't himself anymore. His head was all messed up. Bastards.
yes, he was delirious. Kept seeing strange things. He thought we wanted to hurt him.
We have to catch those scumbags.
Something needs to be done, that's for sure. But for now, we wait. Denholm doesn't want to give us any more guards. So, if you want to earn some money, we could use your help. One of the workers claims to have seen the direction those thugs ran. They're familiar with the area. They mentioned a cave. I'm not sure if this is a good lead, but it's worth checking out. So, what'll it be? That's good to hear. If you discover anything, come back to me, eh? I'll send someone to Denholm with a report. Good luck.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Need anything? Sorry, I don't have much time to talk. I have lots of work to do. With all the sabotage lately, we're already behind schedule. I was hoping we'd be getting ready to head out to Borough by now. Now, I'm not even sure it'll happen. Wouldn't surprise me if Camelot just took the men here and left the rest of us behind. I wouldn't put it past them. The people here are stubborn and ungrateful, and Lord Yvain's been dragging his feet on making a real decision. There's only so much Camelot will tolerate before deciding we're not worth the trouble. Wait, actually, could you do me a favor? It's nothing major. Could you drop by my house and let my wife, Enora, know she'll have to pick up my wages from Sign again? I won't be able to make it on time in the next few days. I'll mark the directions on your map. Thanks for the help.
You look familiar. Yeah, you're Sioran's kid, aren't you? Yeah, that's it. You look a lot like him. Yeah, sorry about your father, but trust me, those priests mean well. They took him to the island asylum to cure him. He'll return whole and healthy. What are you doing here? Did the Camelotians drag you to work here too? Those thugs messed up that poor sod from Camelot pretty bad. Really? I could have sworn you were his kid. Oh well, my mistake. In that case, good for you. Sioran's a terrible bastard and a swindler. Right, that's me. There's this cave dug out by the Cornac folk about 100 years ago. My old man told me it was meant to be a shelter in times of war or some other disaster. I was there a couple of times when I was a kid. It used to be safer back then. Now it's all but abandoned. If you ask me, that's exactly where those folks who beat up the guard could be hiding. They brought in machines and soldiers to keep order. You must have seen them. I don't know if you've heard, but they're planning to move us to Camelot. They say it has something to do with the men here and the weirdness. But I don't buy it. Sounds like utter crap to me. I say they should back off and stop sticking their noses where they don't belong, eh? Or they might smell something their royal noses aren't prepared for. Sure.
Don't bother. I'm in no mood to talk.
And? How do you like it here? Not bad, is it? Why did you have to go and ask, huh? Now our business is ruined. Of course we didn't go directly to him, you idiot. We're not stupid enough to approach a Camelot legate in the middle of an occupied village. We're Dalrita.
Moron.
We had contacts. It was an ideal setup. But now it's all going to fall apart. Because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. Eh? Ah, so you've met Emery. It's all talk. Don't worry about it.
Do we fight now?
Be quiet. I don't know yet. You wouldn't be asking if you didn't think there was something in it for you. Well, you don't say anything to anyone, and we won't kill you. We might even let you in on a share of the goods that we happen to collect during this noble work. So, what's it going to be? Gold or a fight? Be my guest.
help a soul out on your journey.
Okay, hello again. I've got everything you didn't know you needed. She is. That's interesting news. Though I had no idea the hospital had financial problems. I thought it was funded by our brave Camelosian army. Or was it Lord Yvain? I can never remember. Who in turn dumped the entire responsibility onto her poor apprentice. That sounds like a complete disaster of mismanagement. Still, with a bit of restructuring, it might not be entirely hopeless. That said, a hospital doesn't exactly strike me as a lucrative venture, and I'm not in business for charity. When I invest, I expect a return. And here, I just don't see it. That's true. But in Connacht, people would sooner dig up their grandmother's miracle recipes than pay for something they used to get for free. I need some concrete ideas. Don't let Leggett Denholm hear you say that. Well, at least not until we've made it happen. With how people feel about Camelot, a move like that could make the Merchants' Union popular enough to topple Lord Yvain. Not that we'd actually want to do that, of course. I can see you've put some thought into this. I can't stand when people pitch me a business opportunity and expect me to figure everything out for them. Not just me, I hope. We'll need backing from the rest of the Merchants' Union. Start with Bonksy and Osmond. Get them to join in. And talk to Irwin, since we'll need an alchemist. The more support we have, the better.
What brings you this way? You're back. Good choice. What do you need? And? I assume you're here to hand me an invitation? Let's skip the pleasantries. Why would merchants take over the patronage of a hospital? And why should I have anything to do with it? Touching, but I'll have to disappoint you. I couldn't care less. The people of Connacht have always had a knack for entrusting their lives to magical scarecrows, like that men here looming over us. As you can see, wisdom isn't their strong suit. If you don't have a better argument, we might as well end this conversation now. It's true that my business has been struggling for some time now. The priests are to blame. Ever since they started strutting around Connacht, people have been hesitant to use the services of alchemists, afraid of how the Red Church might react. Fine. You've got my attention, but you'll have to put in some effort. Not yet, but who knows what those rats will come up with next. They've already shown they're clever. Quarantining an entire district? Sure, why not? Carting people off to the island asylum? Absolutely. They're turning the Red Death into some incomprehensible nightmare, using methods far removed from anything scientific or rational. I wouldn't be surprised if they start meddling with my business soon enough. I've been having a serious problem with my supplies lately. The Red Church is hoarding every remotely valuable alchemical ingredient for themselves. Here's a list of items I particularly need. Come back when you have everything. Then I'll join this union, whatever that turns out to be. Now off with you. You've got plenty of work ahead.
Always a pleasure to see.
Hello again. What do you need today? Ha! I'm not surprised he's asking me. Without my financial backing and, more importantly, my experience, most of the guild's investments wouldn't stand a chance. They really value my involvement, and that gives me leverage. In other words, I can do a bit of bargaining. Have you heard the legend of Robbie of Grubwood? A bandit who stole from rich merchants and gave the gold to commoners. They say he was an incredible archer. At least, that's how the story goes. People say the same about me, but I'm still waiting for someone to write a song about me, like they did for Robbie. It's only a matter of time. Robbie's long dead. I heard someone in his gang betrayed him. He's buried in a tomb not far from here, along with his bow. And that bow has been on my mind for a while now, you see. According to legend, it's made from centuries-old yew, and enchanted by a druid whose life Robbie once saved. Bring me that bow, and I'll support Alwyn's investment. What do you say? That's what I like to hear. I always say sticking close to older, more experienced folks is worth it. There's so much you can learn from them. Am I right? Of course I am! What about it? You found it? Then what are you waiting for? We're not... I envy...
Nice to see you. Good to see you. I don't know. I got an offer to supply ingredients for healing potions. But honestly, that doesn't sound very exciting. My adventures are more about leaping over chasms and escaping collapsing ruins than gathering wildflowers. Maybe so, but it's still not worth spending as much time on it as Alwyn wants. I could be exploring underground labyrinths or running from guards across rooftops instead. You know what? You're right. That could work. But I can't go anywhere until I sell off all my wares. How about it? Want to take the lot? I'll give you a big discount. Yes? Did you manage to scrape together the money? Oh, I hope so. I'm starting to feel like I'm rooted to this spot. Fantastic! If you don't need something, you can always sell it later, and even make a profit. Let Alwyn know I'm in, and I can't wait for my first trip to gather ingredients. There's always treasure for those brave enough to look.
Oh, hello there.
Before you ask, no. I do not have any books personally signed by Merlin, nor will I fake his signature. Damned red priests. You'd think they'd have bigger problems than a bit of questionable literature. They don't have to like it. But nobody's forcing them to read it either. Well, thanks for looking into it, for whatever it's worth. One more thing. I can see you're alright, and I hope I can trust you. We need to talk. No, this time. I'm not in the mood to even joke about that. This time, it's serious. A matter of life and death, you could say. There's a stone tablet in Lord Yvain's manor, a Delrida relic, and I need you to get it for me. The tablet was made by the Theud tribe and given to House Tarion as a token of friendship between the Delrida and the people of Cunacht. It's cursed, I suppose. Look, I'm no Theud. I don't pretend to understand their magic. But I do know the tablet causes nightmares. The thicker the weirdness, the worse they get. And, well, we all know what happened to Lady Maeve. If that tablet killed her, it can't stay in the manor. Aye, if I'd known, I would have said something. But I didn't. No until the Stone Wardens reached out to me a while ago, asking if I could petition Lord Yvain to return the tablet to the Delrida. I own a bookshop. I don't exactly have the social standing to march into Yvain's manor and demand he hand over an ancient artifact, do ya? Maybe it should, but it's also history. If the Stone Wardens are right, this tablet is one of the oldest examples of Theud craftsmanship. A piece of Delrida magic that survived on Avalon for centuries. Still, if it comes down to it, if it's a choice between taking it or leaving it behind to do more harm, destroy it. I'll deal with the Stone Wardens afterwards. Ask any Ulf, and they'll tell you the whole Theud tribe isn't honourable, just because they use magic. They'll also call the Volker a bunch of raving lunatics. But while I don't put much stock in prejudice, it does feel wrong. No everybody gets an open door invitation to the Lord's Manor just for showing up in Cunacht, you know. It's not like I haven't tried. I spoke to that snake, Anselm, but he practically threw me out the gate. He set a price so high, I'd have to sell my bookshop and still come up short. When I told him about the danger, he accused me of lying. Said I need to learn how to haggle. What a smug, spineless wee worm. Why? Knowing that you might have saved many lives is no enough for you? Of course there's a reward. The Stone Warden's left me some gold, and it'll be yours. You know, I was just going to ask you to talk to Anselm for me. But if breaking in is what you prefer, I'll only stop you. Just try not to get caught, alright? That would be embarrassing for both of us.
Always a pleasure to...
Nice to see you.
Oh, hello there. How can I help? Oh no. Are you one of those people obsessed with my son? I'm sorry, but we don't accept visitors. Goodbye. I'm sorry, but I don't share any information about Arden. I'd appreciate it if you left him alone. Dangerous? Those almanacs he writes about armor? Are we talking about the same books? Wait, I never thought. I mean, I knew Arden's books were out there, but I always figured they were just collecting dust in some forgotten corner. Who in their right mind would use those to make actual armor? By the gods, he's not an armorer. He's just a boy with his nose in a book. Now that you say it, I suppose I should have known. When those merchants from Timberwall came asking for more of Arden's work, I should have realized something was off. They weren't just interested in making a few copies. Oh, Mother, help me. I let it happen. I thought... I just wanted him to feel... I don't know, recognized. I never stopped to think how serious it might all become. That someone would actually try to make armor based on his advice. I should have thought of it then. Should have seen the risk. But no, I just thought it'd be a little bit of coin. A bit of pride for Arden. Now look at the mess I've caused. Go inside. Speak with my son if you want. I'd be grateful if you could try to explain this to him.
My father let you in? He never lets anyone through. I don't get visitors. Ever. You must be important. What could you possibly want with me? The Knights of the Round Table. I used to read all about their adventures, and I'd always get stuck on the paths when they described armor. What type of steel was it? What kind of joints did it use? How did it move with the body? I needed to know how all the pieces fit together. Knights are impressive, yes, but what really caught my interest was how their armor worked. It's not just about charging into battle like people think. There's a logic to it. A system. I suppose the stories of adventure and heroism are part of it too. But armor. A knight can't fight if his armor doesn't fit exactly right. And there's something satisfying about that kind of precision. That doesn't make any sense to me. I just write about armor smithing. I mean, I know my books are out there, but they're not special. They're just descriptions, really. I don't see why anyone would care that much. That's surprising. It's not like I'm telling tales of great heroes or battles. I just write what I see, what I think about the craft. I don't understand why people would admire me for that. I'm not even a real armorer. It's not like I'm some master craftsman people should look up to. I thought I was making it clear how beautiful the process is. It's just how the words come out when I write. I didn't think it mattered all that much, as long as the ideas were clear. Dangerous? How could writing about armorsmithing be dangerous? I don't understand. I'm not telling anyone to go into battle with the things I make. I'm just documenting the process, the way I see it, the way I learn. It's no different than a chronicler writing about wars or knights. Their words don't cause harm. My books, they're meant to show how beautiful armorsmithing is. I love the craft, the intricacies, the details. Why should that be dangerous? But that doesn't make sense. Why would they trust me more than actual armorers? I'm just someone who loves writing about the craft. Why would anyone take my words over the words of someone who's been working metal their whole life? I thought they'd see it for what it is. Just the way I understand things. It's not meant to replace real experience. I'm perplexed. How could anyone think that? But I never said I was a master. Just because my books are printed doesn't make me an expert. I'm clearly still figuring things out. It doesn't make sense to put so much faith in someone who's still learning. They should know better. I hear what you say, but it doesn't seem fair. I didn't want any of this. I didn't ask for people to treat my books like they're the law. I just wanted to share my ideas. If I stop now, then what was the point of everything I've done? Osbricht. Yes, I've heard of him. He's the one who developed the unique folding technique for battle hammers, right? His work is incredible. I've never thought about writing to him, though. I don't usually reach out to people. They tend to misunderstand me. And what if he doesn't reply? Or what if my ideas seem foolish to him? What if I say something wrong? Wait, you actually know Osbricht? You're friends with him? I didn't think... I mean, he's a legend. I've been studying his techniques for years, but the thought of actually getting to speak with him? I didn't think that was even possible. If you can get my letter to him, I could finally ask him about his folding methods, his process, everything. This is... I don't know what to say. It feels unreal. If Osbricht replies, if he reads my work, maybe I could really learn from him. This could change everything. Here's my letter. Thank you. If Osbricht responds, I'll let you know what he says. And, if you ever want to talk about armor or anything, I'll be here. I'm always here. Whoever invented passages definitely knew what they were doing.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Ah, the gateway to the hidden beggar's kingdom. To open it, you'll need a royal scepter. A truly fancy old key, which, lucky for you, I happen to possess. I haven't been there for quite some time. I'll lend you my key, but only if you promise to retrieve something that was left behind for me. A curious cube. It has symbols and moves, and it tinkles delightfully. Very interesting and amusing. The first time I was there, I was too afraid to bring it to the surface. Didn't want others to look at it. But now, I want to have it here. Here. Take the key. Bring the cube to me. Make me feel nice. The secret of a scavenger. Asked, he doesn't tell, and at no guess does he nod. What a dull world we'd live in if people shared all their secrets. Am I right, my dear? Oh, of course not. I have my own interest in this. I hope you haven't forgotten about that already. Besides, would you really take a borrowed gift with no intention of returning it? Shattering the fragile beggar's trust I've placed in you? No, you wouldn't do that, would you? You know very well that such things only bring about rather unpleasant outcomes.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Well, since you've already killed them, I don't see why you shouldn't be rewarded. Thanks to your efforts, my men and the people of Connacht can rest easier. Here, this is for you. I'll await your return.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Who is it? Oh. All right. Come on in. I'm not in the mood for gossip. So if you've come to talk, speak plainly. You'd be nervous too. If half of Connacht branded you and your husband as traitors. I wish Quill hadn't been so eager when Camelot was looking for workers. I told him people wouldn't be happy with us. But he just brushed me off. If he had just waited a bit, I could have told everyone. He was forced like the rest. As long as I don't go out too much. I mean, I don't think anyone would actually hurt me. Or at least I hope not, but still, it's hard. Being spat on by people you've known your whole life. I get that they're angry, but Quill and I aren't to blame. We just wanted a better life. That doesn't give them the right to make me afraid. In my own home. They haven't hurt me, no. But they broke our windows. Trampled my flowers. I barely leave the house anymore. Because I'm scared of what I'll come back to. We haven't done anything to them. We don't deserve this. So he won't be home for dinner. Again. Or the next few days, I suppose. Oh, bother. Fine. Fine, I'll go. Maybe she's got some news about when we're finally leaving. Thank you for coming. Here. Take this for the road. I just took it fresh from the oven. Not unless you can give our lord a swift kick in the arse. And get him to finally give the order to move. If this drags on any longer, we'll just leave on our own. And hope the road is kind. But thank you for asking. I hope the next time we talk, it's under better circumstances. You need something? You need something?
You lost or what?
The less attention, the better. Ah, there you are. What news do you bring to the court today? Vitus, you say? I wasn't expecting anything from the Red Church. Masks, gloves, plague supplies? And guidelines, too. He's certainly thorough, I'll give him that. I may not trust the Church's motives, but I won't deny the usefulness of these items. If nothing else, they'll help safeguard the court. Tell Brother Vitus I received the package, and tell him I'll remember this. Are you now? My, have the paraphernalia of the Dalriata suddenly become fashionable while I wasn't looking? That tablet seems to be gaining in popularity by the day. I told Varel the price, 2,000, and that's final. Oh, please. That tablet has been here for ages, and only now it's cursed. What happened to Lady Maeve was tragic, of course, but I highly doubt it had anything to do with some dusty Dalriata artifact. For someone supposedly well-read, Vrel could have come up with a better excuse. Who do you think I am? I cannot be bribed, and certainly not with that kind of money. Truly? Well, I suppose there's no accounting for taste. Still, better you than Dalriata. She put us in a terrible position, you know. She came here and demanded we hand over part of our treasury, just because it was once theirs, as if we could afford to show any more weakness. Take the tablet, do whatever you wish with it. I never want to hear about it again.
Doing okay.
Hello again. If you need anything specific, feel free to ask. Aye, it would be. Delrida know how to work stone in the most intricate way, but we're also quite fond of grandiosity. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you not to part with it just yet. The stone wardens are waiting for it, and I can't really be seen lugging it around. And you're very strong. You can handle it with no problem. Here's the reward I promised. And I'm sure Kvor will have a little extra something for you too. Give me your map, and I'll mark their camp.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
wish I'd stayed asleep.
Hey, you need something? Make it quick. I've got a minute. She is? She never said anything. Damn it, Enora. It's been rough for us, but I didn't think it was that bad. Thank you for telling me. I'll speak to Cade or Sign. Maybe they'll come up with something. Here, I know it's not much, but it's all I can give you. You've done me a great favor. I won't forget it. All right, I should get back to it.
Nothing changes. Nothing ever will.
Spare a coin for the hungry.